yeah. Oh yeah.
That's disappointing.
Oh man, I totally just ruined my eggs. So, Wix and I are about to head to the gym right now. This is probably the worst shape I've ever been in. I think I've made a video a long time ago where I talked about this is like the worst shape I've been in and I'm trying to get back into it. I'll just be transparent. I will start a program and I just won't finish it. I just don't have the motivation that I used to. It hasn't been a priority of mine, and so I've lost a bunch of muscle, I've lost a bunch of strength, and I just don't like the way I look. And now it's actually starting to kind of mess with my confidence a little bit, and it's actually starting to impact my life where, you know, I don't feel good about myself, basically. And so I've kind of hit that rock bottom point where I'm like, shit, I need to do something now. With that out of the way, I want to talk about what I take every single morning and kind of before I go to the gym and stuff. First things first, vitamin D3, if the GH5 will autofocus. There it goes. Vitamin D3, I take 5,000 IUs. I take it every single day. Now, usually I take a strong green. I take Nick's strong green, but right now I have this. Just because I'm out of Nick's strong greens, I take this right now. I'm trying it out. This is a multivitamin that has just a bunch of shit in it. This is the Holy Grail. I don't know if you guys know what this is. This is Metamucil. This has changed my life. If you guys want amazing poops, I know how that sounds, but if you really want like amazing, awesome poops, take Metamucil. I take this pretty much every day.
Okay, Gymshark.
That's fun. That was the hardest workout I've ever had. I did 3 sprints on the rower, 500 meters, with 3 minutes of rest in between. That's all I did. I don't feel good at all. So, that's my starting point. I feel better from that workout. Oh, that's good stuff. So the main point of this video is to really show the behind the scenes of how I prep for a photo shoot, how do I find my locations, how to make sure I'm organized so that when it's time to actually shoot the client, everything runs really smoothly, because there's gonna be points in the shoot where things can get a little stressful. And so if you're really on top of it, you're super organized, those things don't really happen as much. And even when it does get stressful, it just works a lot better. It's a lot more smooth. Hopefully that makes sense. So I'm going to show you kind of my process. So Wix and I are going to go location scout and just kind of make a fun day out of it because it's kind of fun. And then I'll show you guys the actual day of the shoot, which is Monday. Today's Saturday, so it gives me a couple of days to prep for it. And that's pretty much it. We're going to location scout, and I'm going to show you how I do that.
Your time is up, my time is now. You can't see me, my time is now.
Yeah, that's the store. I'm gonna take a picture of this.
Hey, stand right there, babe.
You can't see me, my time is now. Forgot or fell off, I'm still hot, knock your shell off. My money stacked fat, plus I can't turn the swell off. The franchise doing big business, I live this, it's automatic, I win this, so you hear those.
Okay, I'm turning 27 in 8 days, and for my birthday, we're gonna celebrate at Manhattan Beach. We're gonna do some beach volleyball. We're gonna do some grilling, and we're just gonna kind of have a fun beach day. And so Wix and I are headed to Manhattan Beach to location scout for my birthday and find a cool, just an area that we will know where to go to. Manhattan beach is where it's at. This is the spot.
You're so focused.
Listen to me. I'm a photographer.
You are a photographer.
Damn girl, look at this. Who took that?
Wow, composition. Check it.
All right, so what I want to show you guys is a couple of things that I like to do to prep for my photo shoots. I do this with every single photo shoot now just because it makes me feel prepared. It goes above and beyond for the client. Everything you do, you want to go above and beyond. You want to charge a premium, go above and beyond, and do more than what they ask for with the type of service you provide for them. You want to create excitement. That is so important. And so what I like to do is I like to use Google Maps when it comes to location scouting. And here we have a map of West LA. The client already told me, Catherine, who you guys are gonna see in a bit, but she already told me that she wants to shoot in Melrose, and I kind of already know what the street is. So basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to Google Maps. We're here right now. You're gonna click these little 3 dots. You're gonna go down to your places. You're gonna go to maps, and this is where you can actually create a custom map. So you're gonna click create map. Here you can see some of my maps here. We're gonna create a map, and it's gonna take you to a brand new window, and this is where you are going to create your map. So for this, I'm gonna call it KZ Shoot. And what you could do is you could literally create maps for individual clients. And then what you could do is each individual layer could be a different shoot. So this could be shoot number 1 or something like that. And then you can put like where it is. If you're traveling to a different state, you could put California, or in this case, it would be Melrose. You can kind of organize it that way. I'm just gonna call it shoot number 1 for now. And we are going to go to Melrose Place. West Hollywood, California. Boom. So here's kind of the main street, and what it did was it created a pin for us. And if we zoom out here, you can get a better understanding of where we are. So it's right in here. And so what you would do, this is kind of the street that we're gonna be shooting on. It's got all these little boutique-y places. It's very bougie, very premium, high class, and it fits really well with her brand. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna click add to map, and then you can actually colorize all these different pins. And her brand is kind of like a pinkish color, so I'm just gonna do this color just to match her brand a little bit. And Melrose Place is fine, but if you wanted to, you could rename it if you wanted to, but this is fine for now. And everything, that's it. And you click add to map, and it creates that little pin. And then if we were to zoom out, we can see our pin on a larger scale, which is super cool. Now, let's zoom in a little bit more. I know from the location scouting that I already did, there's this sweet place called The Row, which has all these like interesting little alleyways and shops and stuff, and that's what this is right here. So I'm gonna click on that, and it's called The Row, and I'm gonna add that to our map as well, just to remember and remind myself. Even though it's like all right here, I'm just gonna remind myself anyways. So don't forget to color your pin, same thing. I would do this with every single location that we are shooting at here. So this is what our map looks like. We have all of our spots laid out exactly how we want it. What do we do next? And so I closed it out. Let's refresh this page, and it should pop up right there for us. And there it is, the brand new KZ Shoot. So we just finished with the desktop. We created our map. Obviously, we're not gonna take our desktop along with us on the shoot, and so this is where your phone comes in. So we're gonna open up Google Maps right now. Boom, open it up. We're gonna click the 3 lines in the upper left-hand corner. We're gonna go to, and you're gonna scroll over to the right here and click Maps, and your map pops up. There it is. We click our map, and there it is. Boom, it gives us the map that we created. And if you view map legend, what you can do that's super cool is you can share it with anybody that you want. And so you can actually end up sharing this with your client and show like, hey, this is where we're going to be going, you know, just a little extra thing. And so you can share that with them, which is super cool. Next thing that I just want to add to this is kind of extra, but I like to do it because, again, you want to relieve as much stress and pressure as possible and just be in your zone of genius, in the creativeness of the shoot, and not have to worry about anything else. So a really good example of this is when I was shooting in Joshua Tree. And in Joshua Tree, as soon as you enter the national park, boom, your service gets cut. You literally have no cell service whatsoever. And so what you have to do is you have to download the maps so that when your service cuts, you can still get to places. So the best way to do this is click the three lines again, and what you're going to do is you're going to go into offline maps and you're going to create a custom map, and then you can literally map out the spot that you want in California or wherever your shoot is. You could literally zoom out all the way so that you can do almost the entire state of California. You can literally do whatever you want. I'm just going to do, let's just zoom in here. I'm just gonna pretend that we're gonna do Universal City. Just this area right here. And then all you're gonna do is click download, and there it goes, 100%. And that's it, map number 1. So if we click map number 1, what you can do, you click upper right hand corner here and you can rename it. So we can rename this KZ Shoot, just so you know exactly what this is for. So KZ Shoot, save, go back here, and there it is. And so let's say you lose signal here. Let me click airplane mode and get off. And let's say I want to go to Universal City where my map is. Just click down to the area that you want to go to, create that pin, and then click directions, and boom. Now you can actually go there because you created that map, and it's going to say offline, and it's also going to be black and not green, yellow, or red because it doesn't know what the traffic is because you don't have data, but at least you can get there now even though you don't have any signal whatsoever. So huge tip there. Hope that helped. Last thing I like to do before I actually go and shoot, and that is get inspiration. And so the place that I go all the time, and this might surprise you, might not, is Pinterest. So I actually go to Pinterest. Let's go to Pinterest right now. Boom. And you can literally type in anything that you need. And as you can see, here's like a bunch of things that I've already looked at. They've got so many different things. Like for Joshua Tree, I did Joshua Tree photography, and they just give you like a ton of like different poses, maybe locations that you didn't even think of, outfit advice, and all the stuff that you really like. You click the image and then it'll give you images that are related to that. And so you can just get a ton of stuff and just keep going deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole here. So let's say I really love this image, it's super important to me. I'm gonna create a little folder, let's call it KZ Shoot again. So there's my folder. Let's go back to that image that I liked right here. I'm gonna download the image, Finder, there's the image, and I'm gonna drop it into this folder. So I'm gonna keep dropping images, maybe, ooh, I really like this outfit or whatever. We're gonna download the image, and we're gonna go grab it, and we're gonna throw it into our folder. So we're gonna continue doing this. We're gonna find a bunch of images, and then what's dope is you can just airdrop it to your phone, and I have just tons of images on here that I can always refer to now when I'm shooting. Let's say you are starting to lose some inspiration, you need to spark a new idea. Okay, boom. Let's go to my images. Ooh, I really love this pose. Let's try to do something similar. Or maybe that pose will spark a different idea. You can either create that same pose, do something similar, or maybe it'll spark an idea that is totally different. But because of these images, they helped you gain some cool ideas. And so that is what I do. That is why I like to use Pinterest. And those are kind of the main things that I prep before a shoot. So I'm stress-free, I'm ready to go, and it just is a smooth ride, and we have a lot of fun. Yo, it's the next day, and we're like a couple hours out before the shoot. So what I want to go over, we have our locations, everything is set up, we're prepped, we're ready. Now we need to talk about what I actually take on a shoot. What's my gear? What do I bring? And as I've gotten older, I want the most minimal equipment possible. I want the least amount of stuff, and I just want to focus on the shoot. This is very underwhelming here. So let me go over everything. First and probably the most obvious piece is the camera body 5D Mark IV. And this is a new pickup that I just got. And to go with it, I have the 24-70, which is my tried and true. I love this lens. It's amazing. It's heavy, but it's fantastic. You can't beat it. You just can't beat it. I bring one extra battery and the charger just in case, but not gonna need this today at all, so no, don't need that. This right here is not my main memory card. This actually came with the camera. This is just a backup. This is a just in case memory card. The memory card that I use in the Canon 5D is this is my main memory card that I use. It's an absolute monster, 64 gigabytes, but it is very, very fast. And so that is what I use. And I can take about 1,600 photos on this guy, just about 1,600. And so this is just a backup. I've got my camera strap from Peak Design, but I don't really like it. So I'll be getting a new camera strap soon. It's good, it's just not what I need for a shoot like this. It's kind of uncomfortable. I've got my Yeti water bottle. It's important to stay hydrated. This is kind of overlooked, but always bring a water bottle. And this is kind of overlooked as well. This is my JBL Bluetooth speaker, and what I do is I literally hook this onto my bag and I just keep it on and play music for the shoot, and it just creates such a fun atmosphere, and hopefully you guys will see that later in this video. That is pretty much it. And the last thing, other than this bag, it's not even a camera bag, don't worry, the Wayland bags are coming. Don't worry, I don't want to hear it, trust me. I got my buddy Kirk. He's gonna be coming over and helping me film the BTS for this shoot. And so I'm just gonna wait for him to come over now. And then we'll go. Yeah, I wanna do something like this where you're like a little bit more, you forgot.
All you do is talk.